Imagine I'm on paradise. I'm with company, the sweet supply. Poppy fields growing in your mind.
Everyone, it's your girl Karina. I'm back with the final installation of my Venus through the Signs series, and this is How to Be Irresistible. And we are now at Venus in Pisces. And I'm so sorry for my Pisces placements because you guys gotta wait all the way till the end, but maybe it's okay because sometimes it's the most interesting placement and it's the most interesting to talk about. So I'm here with a bare face, right? I'm going to talk about Venus in Pisces, how to be irresistible. You'll see that I have a little color in my hair. I'm going to add a little bit more while I'm talking. We're going to add a little lip gloss. We're going to keep it very simple. I didn't feel like going all glam today, but I'm adding some elements so that we can really spice up and portray the Venus and Pisces aesthetic. And maybe it's kind of cool that I haven't had my coffee yet because I'm like a little bit more low key. My eyes feel a little bit lower. And that's kind of Pisces energy too, you know. It's kind of just like, look, I'm at the end. You're lucky I'm here. Okay, so this placement is the most unique. And in my write-up, I say that Venus in Pisces is a cornucopia of fashion sensorium. And that's quite a verbiage to use, but what I'm saying is that this placement embodies all of the placements. This placement has the ability to morph and transform their look into almost anything that they want, which is why Venus in Pisces, or Pisces energy, right? So this could be Sun in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, Rising Pisces, or Venus in Pisces, and sometimes Mars, have the ability to be great models in fashion because of their natural just ability to show themselves off in a way that is very, you know, low key and aesthetic and a chameleon to any sort of look and style, okay? However, Venus in Pisces does have some looks that are really like unique to them and really not too many other placements could fit into this look. It's like that square and rectangle thing, you know. It's like a rectangle can't be a square, but a square can be a rectangle kind of thing. So it's like Pisces could be all of the looks, but some of the Venus looks could never be a Pisces look. Okay, so when I talk about that, let's talk first about the aesthetic and what aesthetic is. Like, aesthetic is like this overall idea of a culture or a community or a feeling or a mood that is portrayed through visuals, right? And so Pisces aesthetics are Hollywood glam, definitely Hollywood glam, which other Venus placements have. Piscean aesthetic is also like cosplay, so like superhero, comic, anime types of aesthetic that also works really well with Pisces. And Pisces aesthetic, there's so many, you know, there's so many things. Pisces aesthetic is also like pirate ship, mermaid aesthetic. Okay, so you'll find a lot of that with your Pisces placements. And Pisces is also, so we talked about Hollywood glam, pirate ship, mermaids, cosplay. I feel like I'm missing more. I'm not going off of the top of my head. I'm going off of my write-up. But there were more that I had researched that I found to be under Pisces. Oh, duh. Lingerie and bedroom vixen. Okay, while, you know, some placements could do this very well. One of them I'm thinking, like Aries and Scorpio could do bedroom vixen to an extent. Pisces rules over the bed. Like, the sign Pisces is about being chill, being relaxed, sleeping, okay? And so when you add Venus here, the sign of pleasure and attraction, the aesthetic of bedroom fashion is actually Venus and Pisces ruled, right? It's the most important thing. I'm so glad I didn't forget that. And so lingerie plays a very big role in this placement as well. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the hair, since I'm adding some color. What I'm using is Crown Paint color, and it's this like pale pink. It's showing up as like gray in my hair, but it's actually pale pink. And when we think about Venus and Pisces, right, the hair is a multitude of different things. Now, this placement looks the best with long hair. Long, wavy, lusty waves, right? Waves that look like the ocean almost. And the hair, it just looks better long because it's a feminine placement, right? So the more masculine the placement is, the more that the hair will be like shorter. And certain planets might make the hair straighter versus certain planets which want a more curlier hair. Certain planets are going to adhere to your natural ability, like your natural hair. Certain placements won't, you know. Venus and Pisces, it's not everybody's born with wavy hair, so it may not always aesthetically work with you to be not wavy, right? But maybe you might want to try it. Let's say if your hair is straighter, okay? This placement also does work really well with colors in their hair, and radical colors in their hair as well. Like almost this pink could be a little safe, like maybe even like neon colors and bright blues and purples and pink too. But you know, just going off the hinge and trying out different colors in the hair is a very Venus and Pisces thing to do. Okay, now the thing that might be a little controversial as I begin to do this in my own hair, the thing that might be a little controversial, and I might piss off a few people right now, is that the hair in Venus and Pisces has ropes and locks, like Rastafarian, like natural black hair does, you know. And so depending on who's watching this, you might want to try some of these looks, but it may be kind of foreign to you, right? Or maybe you have tried some of these looks and it's natural to you because your hair naturally works that way, or it's not because your hair doesn't work that way, but you've tried it and maybe been ridiculed for it, because Pisces is a martyr. And here in Pisces, we don't go off of these rules and like politically correct things belong to Libra and Saturn. But in Pisces, there are no boundaries, and so appropriation happens a lot with Venus and Pisces placements because they look good no matter where they come from, in long braids, ropey hair, dreadlocks, and things like that, you know? So like right now, I'm gonna do, my hair's a little dry, guys, sorry. Right now, I'm gonna do a little twist, you know, to show my Venus and Pisces homage to Venus and Pisces, right? Because like hair that is a little bit more roped together is very Venus and Piscean. And you'll see that a lot of celebrities who have this placement, they will do this, you know, and Pisces all across the board. You know, maybe it's tied to the aesthetic of being a creature of the sea. You know what I'm saying? So, and also like to the pirate aesthetic, because pirates are very like, you know, they have, a lot of them will have locks and whatnot. And so these kinds of looks, right, where the hair is, this is a twist or rope or whatever, braids, locks, these kinds of styles belong to Venus and Pisces. And if you have this placement in your blueprint, then I would suggest, as your astrologer, to try it. And if you are naturally with this kind of hairstyle, you might get some ridicule, but F them and don't care, because that's one of the biggest things about Pisces, is that they don't care. Okay, so the materials that work really well with this placement is you're gonna be pulling more from like the satin silks, right? When we think of like the bedroom aesthetic, and they look really good in lingerie clothing. So, you know, the baby doll dresses, lace, lingerie just looks really good with this placement. You could wear lingerie as normal clothes or pair it with normal clothes, like a silky camisole top with a pair of jeans or whatever. That is pulling that Venus and Pisces attraction because it's chill, but it's sexy. And that's Venus and Pisces across the board, right? Now pulling from the pirate ship mermaid aesthetic that we talked about. So we talked about the hair being like, you know, long, ropey, dreadlocks, braids, all of that. In the fashion materials, this would come off as like fishnets. So fishnets is very big here. It just looks really good, and it works well whether you want to combine it with the lingerie aesthetic or make it be on its own, right? And do different kinds of like cool colors and patterns along with fishnet material, okay? Because this area of the chart is very eccentric. So there's a lot of individuality and you're pulling from a lot of places. And so you'll see that these people, they show off their body, but they also pull in like these eccentric like kimono robes and you know, beautiful wacky colored patterns, right? Kind of like looking like lava lamp patterns, but not necessarily just those colors, because they can also pull like more bright yellows and reds and greens, but just like pulling it all together into like this melting pot. Like I said, a cornucopia of fashion sensorium, okay? Meaning like everything goes and everything can be put together, and in the right way, it looks really interesting. It looks really, it looks eccentric. And speaking of eccentric, I use that word a million times in the latest video where I looked at Brandy and Monica because they did a versus. They did a versus just recently, and I talked about Brandy's chart because she's an Aquarius, so she has Aquarian fashion rules as well, but she also has a lot of Pisces energy. And I would say that Pisces is in her blueprint of fashion. And you'll see that like the way that she dressed herself versus Monica, it's like night and day. Where Monica is pulling like the very monotone colors of her Virgo energy, and Brandy's pulling in all of these different wacky colors or them placing them on top of each other. And the look is just very, very different. And in fact, it's very Piscean. So that's that idea that everything can kind of go and be really sexy at the same time. And they are masters at really being able to pull it off. They're not gonna, messy can be sexy. And in this placement, that's kind of that idea here, right? But also some might take it to like the more cosplay look where they can look like their favorite superhero, where everything is actually very articulately placed, right? Perfect like superhero clothing or whatever, and down to the hair and the makeup, everything is like a role playing kind of thing, which works really well with this placement because Pisces is that. It's like the actor that manipulates themselves for the roles. And so cosplay works very well. Anime characters and even like video game characters, like where they look like they're ready to like shoot somebody down, and like maybe they're in all black but they got like a belt over the abs and like short shorts, and like just really like everything looks clean and cut, almost like a Venus and Aries, pulling from that video game, you know, cosplay character. But they are embodying, like where Venus and Aries might just take some of the elements and make it into an outfit, they are embodying the entire character. And sorry guys, I see a cat or a raccoon. They're embodying the entire character. And so they cosplay off of anime and video game characters and their favorite superheroes. Okay, so the last one, the most neatest look, right, is going to be your Hollywood glam aesthetic. They're pulling from a lot of the Libra energy where everything is round, perfectly taut hair, right? So like pretty waves in the hair, and the very specific, like that pressed wave hair look. Everything is very clean. Everything is very simplified, natural, but heightened beauty, right? So the eyeliner, beautiful rosy pink lips, or red lips, and kind of like the 1920s, 1930s Hollywood fashion. This also works very well with Venus and Pisces, okay? Because this sign, along with Saturnian signs like Capricorn and Aquarius, which are all the last, like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, all of these placements, they pay homage to the past and to history. And so because of that, they, with the Venus placement and showing off their beauty, if you've never tried it before, look to like some sort of era in the past that you really love and adore, and see if you could role play that era. You might find that there are looks and elements of those past eras that just make you look fantastic. Hello. Okay, so definitely try that if you've never tried it before, and if you're already have, then you're already in alignment with your placement. So the other thing is that this placement can also be very angelic looking, where people could kind of like portray like this beautiful fairy, you know, like these portrayals of goddesses and gods and angels, you know, that can happen here in this placement, where they might put together outfits that are very free and flowing, light materials. The other thing are like peasant tops and like things that kind of pay homage to ancient past, but also are dainty and feminine, right? Work very well in this placement as well. Okay, jewelry is big, so jewelry, ring noses, belly, you know, all of the piercings that are possible fall under this. You may not even have a Venus in Pisces, but you might have like your Venus trine Neptune, square Neptune, or something like that, that pulls out, or like Uranus can also pull out crazy piercings too. And I don't think I mentioned that in the Aquarius video, but any Venus like trine or square to Uranus could also pull that out. But in this placement, you're also going to find tattoos. So these people might look really good with a full body tattoo or full sleeve tattoos, right? Not everybody, because some people, like I said, want to do more cosplay, want to do more angelic themes. So you're not necessarily going to do everything, but you have this cornucopia of looks that work really well, because everything here is about role play, like playing something, becoming something beyond yourself. That's the idea of Venus and Pisces. So tattoos are very big, and in fact, in a lot of ancient cultures, tattoos are a form of spirituality. It's a spiritual ritual, you know. In the Western culture, it's more of a fashion choice, but with Pisces energy, you might find people under this placement who really take their tattoos to another level, okay? Or they'll, you know, just get tattoos that they really are, you know, inspired by, and they love it because maybe it has a lot of symbolism, or it has a lot of mythological meaning, right? So if you have a Venus and Pisces placement, you might get tattoos that just have a lot more meaning than just, I mean, most tattoos do, I hope. I don't know. I don't have any tattoos, so I don't know. But I believe most people get it for a really deep meaning, either like a life change, or they had a baby, or symbolism, or something that they want to carry with them for the rest of their lives, because this placement is about afterlife, right? Pisces, everything Pisces is about afterlife. So everything means more, has more weight and meaning to the meaning of life with this placement. And that's kind of what tattoos represent in a lot of ways. And it's just another way to decor the body, which works very well with this placement. So that will be your Venus in Pisces placement. And gosh, I had so many things that I wanted to do to like really make this be a dope video, like aesthetically wise, but I'm tired. And it kind of works better that it ended up like this. It's kind of like a hot mess of a video, but this is probably the longest Venus video that I made, so you guys got a lot. Thank you so much for following me on this Venus series, and to finish it off, I'm going to do a live either tomorrow or very soon within the next week, discussing your Venus blueprint, which is combining your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus placement, and talking about other things, other aspects in the chart that would help you to, let's say if you wanted to say, you know, this is me, this is who I am, and these are the ways that I can express myself. And maybe you don't know how you want to express yourself in a certain phase in life or a certain day or whatever. You can go to your blueprint and be like, oh, I've got Venus in Pisces in my blueprint. I'm going to go and maybe watch the video again, or just try out some elements that I think I've never tried before because it's part of my blueprint. Maybe there's some beauty rules in this placement that could really help enhance me and help me to feel more confident and attract the things that I want in life. So that's what this is for. It's about showing you your irresistibility, the secrets to gaining that. And I thank you guys so much for supporting me, and let me know what more you'd like to see from me. Peace and love.